Welcome back to the show. Check out these headlines. XRP ETFs plus Ripple plus Evernorth equal checkmate. We'll look into it. And how about XRP supply shock in general? How about somebody roll that beautiful intro?
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and DigPerspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $3.33 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is flat, and we see Bitcoin at 95,300 plus. This market's been punished. Ethereum 3,100 plus. XRP's 226 at the number 4 spot. Now we're up 1.2 in a sea of red this morning, and we're off 11.3 on the 7-day. And for reference and context here, Ethereum is off 11.6 on the 7-day. Bitcoin's off 10.2. The whole market is off. So let's look at the range of price here. Range between 218 and 229. And not one of you called me last night when it went to 218. That's all right. My Christmas card list just got a little smaller this morning. I'm only kidding. I love all of you. You guys are amazing. Look, I mean, we're in here, we're in this fight, right? And you just well laugh because crying sucks. So that's where I'm at with all of this. And I couldn't be more excited about the things that are in front of us, if I'm being honest. And yes, I'm ready for everything to go crazy in a good way too, right? And I know you are as well, but it hasn't. So here we are. So range between 218, 229. We'll keep an eye on it. There's a lot of crazy going on out here, like this, for instance. Shout out to James Rule for this one. Be careful of scam operation acting like other crypto companies, sending physical letters to individuals. This is not real. You will never be asked to share or enter your 12 or 24 word recovery phrases or your private keys, as they're called. The scammers try to make you panic and rush you into doing something. Never scan a QR code or link from an email, text, or letter. This is absolutely right. Be very careful out here. And this looks so genuine. It really, really does. It's like, just be very careful. One of the things that I always do myself is I always get, if I get something like this and I have an account associated with a particular company, the first thing I do is ignore what was sent to me. I go log in through my encrypted wallet to that safe linked website in my encrypted wallet. I sign in through my encrypted wallet into that safe link into my safe account. And then if I have a message from that company inside of my account in that platform, then I know it's real, right? That's how I deal with that because I too have been hacked. So be very careful. One of the ways you can deal with that is to open your account at iTrustCapital.com. Now, whether you want to open up your IRA, which would be a fantastic idea because they have the best crypto and physical gold, silver IRAs on the planet, bar none. If you haven't opened an account at all, you can get a special offer, $100 funding bonus, or open the PCA, which gives you the same institutional grade custody and obviously amazing customer service and everything else to go along with it. But it's a premium custody account, which is a closed loop system. And it's designed that way exactly for the kind of moment that I just showed you. Let's suppose that you did something wrong and you gave someone the wrong information in your PCA on iTrust. The worst thing that could have happened if you accidentally let a bad actor get access to your account is they could cash you out of the PCA, but it can only come out as cash. It cannot come out as crypto to help protect you, and it can only go to your US checking account. That is the fail-safe trigger they have for all of us who have mistakenly done something. So we all make mistakes. I've made mistakes. I just want to see everybody stay safe. I want to see you get the reward when the market finally does blossom and explode or whenever that happens. And I want all of us to be able to experience those things. And in the process, you should be able to feel good about where your assets are without feeling panicked or upset or unsettled. And this is one of those places for me, no doubt about it. So go to itrustcapital.com. Go Army. go XRP Army, click the link underneath the video and get started under any video, the first link at the very top, and get started today. You will be very happy you did. And I don't mind telling you, XRP plus everything is off to the races. It's XRP Las Vegas 2026. Ripple premier sponsor. We're going to be showing the executives who will be coming soon. Paul Barron, huge media desk on the exhibit floor. Oh, it's so much more. You won't believe it. It's going to look completely different to anyone who has attended XRP Las Vegas, and it's going to be so good. You won't believe it. Looking right here, going over the news that was absolutely standout and not covered by the analysts quite exactly the way it should have been. And I believe a lot of that falls into the hands of Bitcoin maxi behavior. Canary clients bought over $245 million worth of XRP in the past 4 days. And honestly, on day one, they bought $245 million. It's even more than that now. What we did not find out from the James Seiferts of the world is this. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF first day got crushed by Little Canary Capital XRP ETF first day. Shout out to Stephen McClure. By more than double the size of inflows. How many times have you heard Eric Balchunas or James Seifert say that since it's happened? The answer is zero, right? The best they could muster is a huge first day for XRP, right? Oh, the Bitcoin maxis. They're like holdovers. They're like, they're like woke holdovers in the government. That's the way I see them. Analysts say Canary Capital could buy $250,000 worth of XRP today. This is Monday. They were speaking to the market when it opens back up. I have no idea what will happen, and I know you don't either, but it'll be fun just to see what kind of inflows come in. And remember, tomorrow, I believe it's Franklin Templeton that rolls out. Yes, with their EZRP is the symbol for their new ETF launch that is coming tomorrow. Very excited for them. And Bitwise on the 20th. Shout out to Hunter Horsley and Matt Hogan there, and everyone else on the list waiting to go as we lead up to Thanksgiving. This is super exciting. Now, there's another place that XRP is getting gobbled up, and it's a place called Flare Networks. I want you to take a look. I'm going to bring you in at 52 seconds. You don't need to hear the whole thing. Shout out to Hugo. Open invitation to come stand on stage, sit on stage, and participate at XRP Las Vegas 2026, Hugo. I think the waters have cleared for DeFi projects like yourself, and I'm super excited that the path is clear for you here in the States as well. But now, just to understand here, shout out to Ripple Bullwinkle here. A slight little thing here. 70% of bridged XRP is being used in DeFi. It's not 70% of all DeFi, just for the clarity there. Shout out to Ripple Bullwinkle and wrote the roll up for this one. Take a listen to this because this is another area where XRP is being locked up, total value locked up.
And why Flare exists. We've been very focused on XRP because Bitcoin has, already wrapped Bitcoin. It's quite large. There's hundreds of Bitcoin L2s, most of which won't survive. And we thought that the XRP market was a particularly good market, ready for DeFi. And no one else thought that at the time when we were raising, not a single person. Almost every VC said to me, the XRP army will never use DeFi. What we've seen is that more than 70% of the XRP that has come to our chain since we launched the bridge 5 or 6 weeks ago is in DeFi. So we can dig into that in a sec. But it's quite refreshing to see those people who everyone said they'll never touch DeFi actually really get stuck in. So, in terms of building in the Ripple ecosystem or the XRP ecosystem, it's hard. There's nothing you can do with the other chain, or very little in terms of like being able to get programmability from it. But that's why we exist. But that means that building a bridge is quite difficult. It's the same with building, a really robust Bitcoin bridge, a non-custodial bridge. We've worked with the Ripple team. We've worked with the developers, non-Ripple developers around the XRP ledger. And in fact, we'll be talking about smart accounts in a minute, which is a product we're working on with a wallet called Zaman, which is the largest, pretty much the largest XRP wallet. That's not a Ripple team wallet. That is a group of independent engineers, and we are working with them to make the onboarding experience into DeFi on Flare very, very much easier. So
there you have it right there. Another huge platform that is going to draw a lot of XRP to it, as it already is, and lock it up so people can earn returns. Just like locking up the XRP and qualified custodians for every share of the ETFs that you sell, right? That's what's coming. A supply shock in some shape or fashion. We just don't know to what degree. Now, a lot of us believe, like myself, I believe it'll be to a great degree over time, because I do believe once we get the market infrastructure built, the demand for the financial legacy system to use the asset, because I think one of the most or overlooked discussions in this space is about how crypto itself there's a need for a new money to be added to the sovereign dollars of the world. And I believe it is the new money that does not threaten the old money that has the best chance of survival. And XRP obviously complements the old money of the world, right? The old dollars that float around the world from every country.
This might be the most important 60 seconds that you hear all year, because the XRP supply shock that people are waiting for, it's already happening. Let's connect the dots real quick. JP Morgan forecast a massive Bitcoin cycle. The $92,000 CME gap on Bitcoin, it's still waiting to be filled. Trump is prepping a $20 trillion liquidity blast. Canary's ETF inflows on XRP just double BlackRock, and 70% of the XRP is already being deployed into DeFi.
That 70% that's on Flare is being used in DeFi on the platform. Just for clarity, Ripple Bullwinkle's amazing. Give him a follow. I love this video.
These aren't random events, everyone. These are coordinated signals, all pointing to the same exact pressure point. XRP supply, it's drying up at the exact moment institutional demand is ramping up. Exchange reserves, the lowest we've seen in years. Over-the-counter desks, they're strained. ETFs, aggressive. DeFi, it's absorbing. This is what a supply shock looks like before the charts actually react.
I think he's got it right there. And then to add to that, we know Rail Financial, which was recently purchased by Ripple, right, is going to process over 10% and does process over 10% of all business-to-business stablecoin payments exceeding 3.6 billion. And that's only going to scale, according to the analysts out here in the market, once we get the market infrastructure bill. What did they say? That the current stablecoin market could go to, what, 3 trillion in the next 3 years? Or something of that nature. It's somewhere in. I believe that is what the estimate was by analysts. But nonetheless, I mean, you see that they already do 10% of business to business. So that 10%, even if they stay at 10%, isn't going to be 3.6 billion as you see a $3 trillion stablecoin market become developed and mature. That 3.6 billion is going to end up being a much bigger number. There's no question about it. All right. So this is super exciting to me, because that's what we're waiting for now. We see the ETFs and we see the DeFi opportunities rolling out, and Axelar is another one. Midas, right? There's many, many others, but you see all of that side of the market coming out and coming to market. Now we're about to see the market clarity bill, which they say should get done before the end of the year. And if it does, then you're going to see the demand to use these assets on the daily begin to take place. And there's your competition for the market makers, right, that need to make a market every day for it, versus the market participants that just need to come to the market and get something done. And then versus the products that are investment products like ETFs, right? Or DeFi, where you lock your products, your assets up. This competition for upward pressure is going to be something else to behold. And remember, this is a long list of licenses that Rail Financial had when Ripple bought them. And there's a video of them all scrolling there, courtesy of none other than Cowboy Crypto. Then we got to sprinkle in Evernorth. because Evernorth said they primarily fund by they will net proceeds will primarily fund open market purchases of XRP to build the world's leading institutional XRP treasury. So obviously, from what Ashish Burla has learned from being the general manager of RippleNet and a board member of Ripple, now stepped down to be the CEO and a board member of Evernorth, backed by Pantera Capital, which is Dan Moorhead, who's known Brad Garlinghouse for years and years and years, right? Kraken, Michael Arrington, dear friends of Brad Garlinghouse, right? Very close friends, and co-founder of Ripple, Chris Larson. And they think the best idea for the next thing for them to do is to go build the world's largest institutional XRP treasury. And I think that's largely because they know how many large institutions are connected to RippleNet, and they know how many of them are going to need it. I also happen to believe that is a way to transfer the XRP escrow releases and the pre-allocated option contracts into the into the treasury of Evernorth as they are released. So there you have it right there. Look, we're going into the Freedom Zone. I hope you will join us. I have to do it this way because, you'll get thrown into YouTube jail for doing nothing wrong. So that's how we're going to do it. I hope you will join us inside. Is Bitcoin about to be in a strategic reserve, or is Bitcoin about to be in the gutter? I don't know, but we're going to take a look at it. You can follow us inside too. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. We're going in right now. Click the link underneath below. It is a great way to support the channel. All your daily videos with 0 Google ads. It's worth the price of admission, less than the cost of a cup of coffee per month, ladies and gentlemen. And we appreciate each and every one of you that do so. We're going in right now. So come on in.